This grandmother was a tailor in heaven. Her job was to sew clothes for souls and then send them on to heaven. It turned out that in this world, when people passed away, they would first enter the tailor's shop. A blank sheet of paper would slowly float into Grandma's hands, and then, Grandma would quietly wait for the departed to arrive. Next, she would measure their size, dress them in respectable clothes, and then they would float out of the tailor's room to the second checkpoint, the alarm room. When the second alarm rang, they would be granted new life and then go to the career assignment office to receive a new identity before finally heading to heaven. At this moment, Grandma would tie a small bow tie around the departed's neck, ring the bell, and then receive her next order. To her shock, she found that the person in the photo was her own granddaughter. Grandma couldn't believe her eyes, and suddenly, her granddaughter's soul floated up. The grandmother looked at her granddaughter's soul, then turned her head to glance at the photo on the wall. Back then, her granddaughter was still an adorable little baby. Grandma had accompanied her through childhood before coming to heaven. But now, her granddaughter lay coldly on her workbench. Tears instantly streamed down Grandma's face as she looked at her granddaughter's soul. She gently stroked her, and suddenly, a bold idea popped into her mind. Grandma took off her tailor's apron, grabbed the doll from the table, put a cape on it, rang the bell, and used the doll's soul to replace her granddaughter's. Then, Grandma hugged her granddaughter tightly and silently shed tears. Feeling Grandma's love, her granddaughter also cried. But just then, a thunderbolt crashed down from the sky. It turned out that God had discovered Grandma's mistake and had come to claim her granddaughter's soul. However, Grandma held her granddaughter tightly and refused to let her go. God grew angry and used his magic to threaten Grandma into surrendering her granddaughter, but Grandma still wouldn't budge. So, God sent the entire tailor's shop tumbling down to earth, along with Grandma and her granddaughter. Not long after, the sound of an ambulance siren could be heard among the crowd. It was discovered that the girl who had been hit by the car was none other than the grandmother's granddaughter. Then, they discovered that the girl had been in the accident because she had tried to save a puppy. After learning about this, God fell into deep thought for a moment, then took the doll and placed it back in the tailor's shop. Soon, the doll emitted a radiant glow that pierced through the clouds. The puppy was crying and barking nearby, and finally, the girl on earth regained her vitality.